freedom means something unique to you, and everybody has a definition, and we all know what it feels like, or we at least have an idea of what it is that freedom stands for. In the United States, it's central to the belief of this country, and that in many spiritual traditions, just as much liberation or this concept of spiritual kind of freedom rings true as the highest aspiration or the highest goal, the highest place that one can be in, is to be free. And anybody who has experienced oppression in any kind of way knows, perhaps better than many other people, what it's like when there is relief from that oppression. And when we come to a place of, this is what I want, or this is what I am here for, that freedom is something that we all find at some point or another to be something worth working towards, or something worth living as, or living within. And this can be a central ideal or a central focus that guides our decision making, and it may not appear the same for everybody. And why would it? That we're all different, and that we're all put in different situations, and we all have a different way of expressing that. And yet there's something, maybe it's just taking a breath of fresh air, maybe it's something about time, having the time to drink a cup of tea, or to sit and read a book, to feel like you have that ability, or to just feel like life is worth smiling about, despite whatever it is we happen to experience. That the resilience of the human spirit, beyond whatever we happen to experience in life, gives us a means for bringing more light or reducing more of the suffering of the world. And that oftentimes there is a connection between our own suffering and coming through to the other side as a means of being able to relieve the suffering of others. That the classic hero's journey is not an easy one, and it ends with the hero coming back to the village or to his people and bringing some kind of treasure or something valuable that can be shared. And this is mirrored in movies and books, mythology, and even religious texts or stories, as the sort of the philosopher's stone, or the final alchemical product, the gold, the treasure chest, the resurrection, the final slaying of the dragon, whatever it is, that we connect to that, and we can already be living in a state where we have gone through something and recognize that, oh yeah, there is something that I can bring to the world, there is something valuable. And reconnecting to that gives us a place for seeing how we can not only be free ourselves, but then to be able to free others. And this is central to many teachings. The one that comes to mind is Buddhism, that in many Eastern traditions there's this concept that when uh, someone becomes enlightened, that they then have the option to either leave their body and be free from this world, or they can stay here and be a force of liberation in the world. And, there's a story about people who were wandering through the forest, and they found a garden. The garden required a very large wall to climb, so they all made a ladder and find their way to hop over the wall, and then one at a time went over and over and over to hop the wall. The last person who was going to hop the wall, if he had gone over the wall, no one else would know about this beautiful garden. But as everybody else who had just hopped the wall was enjoying the garden, he said, I'll go back and tell the village, let everybody know about this beautiful garden. And regardless of the details of that story, there are many ways that we can be of service where it's not this colossal thing of, oh, I have to go out and go on this hero's journey. That, yes, like in many ways you're already on the hero's journey, and also the experiences that you have already had are enough. That this is an ongoing process, that it doesn't have to just be spiritual either. It can be something like you figured out how to create generational wealth for your family, and now you're going to do that for others. Or you've learned a certain amount about health and wellness, and you're choosing to share that with others. That there may be skills and talents that you already have that you can tap into, that one can be very useful, and two, you may decide to charge or get paid to do those things, and that's up to you. And perhaps it's something that you haven't already tapped into. Perhaps you have some sort of inclination for art or for music or for writing, or perhaps you just really love animals or plants, that there's something in you that is asking to be expressed. And so it's responding to that and connecting to that and looking deeper within yourself for what's already here. And then the adventure finds you. So this is life. You are living it. It's your choice. And be free to make the choice.